Liftoff of Shuttle Endeavour with NASA's final space station crew compartment that brings a bay window view to our celestial backyard.
What is going on, everyone? So let's take a look at Cardano ADA, and we're going to deep dive into this, and we're going to see, is it even possible for Cardano to hit $100? All right, that's a super bold prediction, almost pretty much 100x. And I'll do some little basic calculations at the end of the video showing the potential if that were even to be realistic or not. And before we do get into that, let's just take a quick look at Cardano's current price points and just see what's happening in the short term. And just remember, this video is for entertainment purposes only. This is not financial advice. Be sure to do your research before making any investment. But here we are. We have Cardano currently ranked number 3, price point $1.31. It's near the end of the week right now, so people are just chilling, having fun. So crypto's still running, stock market's currently closed, but crypto never sleeps. And we can see here, for most part, crypto has been doing quite well the whole week. I mean, we see a lot of green right here, and we can see that the 7-day percent is 26, and then 24-hour is 6.4%. So current market cap 41 plus mil. And if we were to compare this back to Bitcoin, I always like to look at Bitcoin because usually Bitcoin's doing quite well, then cryptos tend to follow in suit. Bitcoin's at 58 plus K, ETH 1.8, Cardano's chilling here. So let's just take a quick look. Let's look at the chart. Let's look at more of a close-up, right? So here I'm just using the dollar pair on Bitfinex, so feel free to change, whatever exchange you're using on. But basically, I drew this basic trend line, and just to see what has been happening so far, and at least right now from pretty much the beginning of February, we rise back up, touched point right here, did not drop below that, did it again, touched above this area again, tried it one more time, and then eventually it finally broke through. And then we can see that it got as low as the pretty much $1 price point, and then we see these massive green candlesticks just go straight up, and now we went back up to a high of potentially $1.47. And there was major updates and news, which I'll show you guys in just a second. That was most likely the reason for this. And now people did take some profits. We did see some people sell off. And then now we're just hovering around the $1.30 price point for pretty much the current time. Now, again, this is more of a short-term look. And I usually don't like to look at Cardano and companies of their magnitude in the short term, because reality is they're building stuff that you can't really factor in short-term basis, right? This is stuff that takes a long time to factor into the actual true valuation. But let's just see what currently happened right now. So we did test the resistance up here. So you can see previously back in February, we tested basically around 147. We sold off, and then we tried it one more time again. We weren't able to break out of it, and people took profits again. So we'll have to see if we can manage that one more time, see if we can break through this 147 price point, and then see what happens. And then obviously if I were to, shrink this down, after that, I mean, there's really nothing stopping it after that price point. So we'll have to wait and see. But again, Cardano is such a high valuation too in terms of market cap. But again, the market cap for Cardano is quite large. So we're going to have to see a lot bigger players get into it if you want to see the price go where we want to. But here's the major news. Cardano ADA is now available on Coinbase. Now, if you've been following cryptos for a while, just a few years back, there was literally Bitcoin, Ethereum, and Litecoin. Like all these new cryptocurrencies, I'm sure a lot of you don't even realize this, but like Coinbase had none of them. And it was literally the main players, Bitcoin, ETH, and Litecoin. And that was just it. Now all of a sudden, they got all these new cryptocurrencies, and Cardano finally made it on there. And that's huge, because there's back in the day, there was actual potential articles of certain cryptocurrencies getting listed on Coinbase, and a lot of people got in right before the announcement, and it went absolutely nuts. But here, I mean, we didn't see too much, going on, at least for the past few days. So it's like nothing really crazy. Plus, a lot more people are in the space now, so it's not as, I'd say, big of a hype as it was back then. But that is a major thing, because if Coinbase, they're going to go public, IPO. If you're on Coinbase, then that means you should technically be legit. There's no issues with it. I know Ripple has some issues with SEC that they're trying to battle with right now. So again, that's just something to keep your eye on. And who knows? Obviously, this is the crypto space. We don't know exactly. Some things could get regulated. Who knows, right? I don't go too much into that stuff. And here, let's check out the quick little roadmap. And then after this, I'll go over to my little calculation so you guys can see that. But here, this is just the most recent stuff. We got the data list, I can't even pronounce this properly, but basically they just updated this, and they have this new version here, and pretty much this introduces the native token support for hardware wallets. And this also enables users to view their hardware wallet public keys and spend reward balances. And here's the Daedalus wallet right here. And you guys can see this. So if you are invested in Cardano, you might want to check this out. But basically, it's the secure wallet for the ADA cryptocurrencies. Now, there's a lot of other, wallets you can keep stuff in. But in case you want to use the ones that they're working on, then that's up to you, right? And then you can see here, they got Adrestia and some additional features and stuff that they're working on. So feel free to check that stuff out. But here we can check out the Twitter. And I just want to show you guys some fun facts too. So regarding like news updates, Coinbase, all that fun stuff, cool. But also the community behind the cryptocurrency is a big part too. And I mean, this tweet right here states that you got 250K people on the Reddit. So that's super niche. Like if you're on Reddit, that means you're like a really big fan usually, or you're like you follow it very closely. And then on top of that, there's a more than just 250K. There's obviously people who don't have Reddit accounts that still view it. So there's a much bigger audience than just this number you see on the screen. So in terms of the community support, I'd say it has quite a big base right now, and it's most likely going to just keep growing as the crypto space continues to evolve. But now let's go back to the beginning where I mentioned, can Cardano actually hit $100? Now here we go. I just put up typical Google Sheets, and let's just do this real quick. So let's just look at the current price rate. So let's click into here, and I'm going to show you guys a little tutorial on how to calculate the price in case you have no idea. And it's fairly simple, but right now this says $1.31, right? So let's take this price. Let's just put $1.31, and then the market cap, right? So technically, I should have put supplies. Let me change that. Let me say here supply, and then I'll put market cap here. All right. So this is something fun you can do in case you're bored or whatever. And currently, right now, we have to take the circulating supply. So the total supply is 45. Looks like 45 bill. But right now, it currently only has 31.9 bill circulating. So we have to take this number, which I'll copy and paste right here. I'll paste that into the supply. Let me just change the background, make it look cleaner, and just put it like this. And basically what you do is you times that. So you say, I'm using Google Docs, so I'll just say equals, I'll say A, this 2, and then I'll times this by B2, and I'll just press enter. And then that gives us the market cap. So that's 41.8 bill basically. And based off of CoinMarketCap, that's almost identical, right? 41.6, give or take. Yes, it's a little different, but it's almost identical, right? So now let's see, how can we calculate this? So let's take this column and let's copy this and let's paste this, right? Now let's say the supply, let's just keep the supply the same, right? Obviously you can max it out here to 45 bill, but that's gonna be a while before it gets to that point. So let's just keep it here currently right now. And let's just update the price, right? So let's just start off slowly. Let's do $10. If Cardano were to hit $10, you can see that I'm just assuming the supply, you maybe could increase this a little bit, but let's just pretend for now, it's just right here, that the market cap would be around the 319 bill market cap. Now, if we were to compare that today, we can look at ETH. ETH is only 210 and Bitcoin is 1 bill. So assuming Cardano maintains its third place, maybe even flips, who knows, then we can just do the ratios. And technically, it would surpass ETH if it were to reach the $10 price point, assuming ETH doesn't rise up. But if ETH obviously goes to 2.53 plus, then it's going to be, much higher. And then let's just continue. Let's try it again. Let's see. Let's just copy this again. I'll keep that up for reference. And let's just see. Let's do 20. Now you can see that this goes like this. Now we're at 638, and then let me just change this. I believe it's around maybe let's do 33. We're about 1 bill. So if you were to just do like 32 maybe, we can see it's closer to 1 bill. And I mean obviously you can just round that to 30. And if that's not 1 bill, I'm only saying 1 trill. So once we get around closer to 30 plus, that's closer to 1 trill market cap, which would be equivalent of Bitcoin's price today. So assuming the market evolves and continues to grow like everything else, then guess what? Bitcoin is most likely going to be higher than 1 trill. And if it's for instance, people mention 100 plus K, right? Obviously, these are just my own opinions and these are just speculating. This could all go to 0 too, any second, any day. So again, just keep that in mind. But just assuming, right, this was to go to 100 plus K, the market cap obviously would almost double at this point. So that's just hypothetical. Now let's do the crazy prediction. Let's do, like I said, 100. You type 100 in, and assuming the supply is probably going to be a little bit higher, but let's just pretend, for example, you're looking at a 3+ trillion market cap. So in maybe, I'd say 5, 10 plus years, that's not too crazy, right? If you were to tell this like, 4 or 5 years ago, yeah, I'd say that's insane. But if Bitcoin, for instance, let's say I've seen people say 100K is much more of a conservative price point now. So that's 2x, a little under 2x. Let's just put this at like a 2 trill. And then it hits, 200K. That's another 2x basically. So Bitcoin would be, maybe 5 plus trill market cap, give or take, assuming what price points you want to measure it at. And then guess what? That this 3 isn't as crazy as it seems, right? Now, obviously, this is humongous, a humongous market cap valuation, but I'm just trying to look at like the current price points of these. Assume that if they were to increase in correlation and this increases as well and follows suits, that realistically we could potentially see that. But feel free to comment down below if I messed up any of these calculations, but I'm pretty sure this is just basing it off of price and supply. So obviously this is a humongous valuation, but again, this is more of a visual giving you like how it's possible versus just saying like, give you some basic technical analysis. I can't give you technical analysis on price point that I literally can't even scroll onto the screen. Like it's so, look at this. Like I'm trying to just show you 100. Like it would be just ridiculous. Like if I were to measure this like right here, I'll put a what, like a dollar and then go to 100. Like the percent, like come on, you haven't seen that before, right? This doesn't make any sense, right? So this part doesn't make sense, but if you were to see it from like actual market cap and supply, this makes much more of a, I'd say, easier way to visualize it. And then obviously they'd have to do their job, get adopted from everybody, and start using it around the world. So it does actually get the investors and the actual backing behind it. But again, that is a long time from now, maybe a decade, who knows? Maybe a couple years from now, who knows? Again, I don't know yet. But I just wanted to show you guys that that's just a way for it to be possible. But just note that it could go to 0 too. That's a possibility as well. So definitely keep that in mind when risk with cryptocurrencies. But definitely let me know your thoughts on the comments below and what you think about Cardano ADA and your price predictions. And also be sure to hit that subscribe button if you want to see more videos about cryptocurrencies. I also post stuff about the stock market as well. And one last thing, if you made it this far in the video and you want to get 2 free stocks valued up to $1,850, then go ahead and click the first link in the description below and sign up for an account. And all you need to do is deposit $100 minimum or more, and you'll be able to receive 2 free stocks valued up to $1,850. So if you want to go get that, feel free to go click the first link in the description below. And aside from that, if you haven't already, be sure to hit that subscribe button. Thumbs up the video, share this with your friends, and I'll see you in the next one.